Good morning. It is 8:29 a.m. on Friday, October 9th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Technically, I'm getting up for the second time because Rocket woke me up at 4 a.m. and needed to go outside, I guess. Uh, that doesn't happen too often, but sometimes. He's a good little boy and he's very sweet and I love him and he's adorable and cuddly. Just thought you should all know that. I mean, what else are you tuning into these videos for? So I am off work today, and in fact Monday. Well, so here's how this works, right? So the place where I'm working is having a 4-day weekend, but I'm a consultant there, and so that doesn't necessarily mean that just because the workplace is having a holiday doesn't necessarily mean I get a holiday. So it might mean that I have to take personal vacation days. And so the alternative, if I didn't want to do that, would be that I work from home. And I could do that. But I decided last night, nah, I could use a 4-day weekend. I haven't been using as much vacation time this year. I think a lot of people are in that boat just because, the things that I would normally use it for are trips that I can't really take right now. Mm, so just kind of, hanging out. Excuse me. Yeah, so where was I? I felt like I had something else that I was going to say about that. I guess that's just the excuse for doing this at 8:30 and having just gotten up, it's like. But I do have a couple of just personal projects that I've set for myself that I kind of, been putting off for a little bit, and it's time to do it today. So, even though I'm not working today, I have set some tasks for myself. Some of that just includes, doing some decluttering and tidying up and that sort of thing. But then also some audio recording and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm kind of just still, I think, feeling a little bit like finishing the main So Many Levels campaign this week. I still feel like the full weight of that hasn't kind of come down to me yet. I mean, for that matter, there has not yet been a week where, I would have had a new episode and haven't yet. So it's kind of like, don't even really have a chance to miss it yet. Although, it's certainly true also that I'm kind of busying myself. I'm just transferring that mental energy onto some of my other games, like the game that I am running on Saturdays now, where we're doing the Rime of the Frost Maiden adventure. On that note, the Rime of the Frost Maiden, I have been thinking about that one a little bit because that adventure has something in it that I've really never seen before in a published adventure where like there's a point midway through the adventure where it, at least as written, calls upon the players to make a split-second decision with very incomplete information and very high stakes. And it's interesting because it's kind of like unique and refreshing, but in a way that it's really important, I think, to understand what tone of adventure you're going for, because depending on how it plays out, it could be this really huge, thrilling roller coaster or horror, haunted house because it's kind of a horror themed adventure. But there are different kinds of horror, and they don't all mesh super well with the standard D&D adventure where the party are the heroes that they want to go in and save the day. And so the idea that there might be something where they don't get to save everyone. And not only that, but they might end up ultimately feeling responsible for not saving a bunch of people when they really had no way of knowing that that was the decision being made. And, so it just seems like something that could be really cool, but needs to be handled very delicately, so that you don't just end up having the party feel like failures in a way that is not fun to play. Because that's, I think, one of the real tricks with something like a horror themed game, because you, you, you need there to be a credible threat in a more meaningful way to, as opposed to just, a big paper tiger. Um, but you don't want the party to get discouraged either. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm still thinking about that, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.